how to do it. Let me show you how to do it.
Hi guys, so today I'm troubleshooting this Lennox. This is the XC20, and the problem I'm having is having communication issues between the unit. I was getting a communication error on my S30 thermostat, and there's the hub. So it's for some reason it's giving communication error. So my unit was basically coming on and then it would cut off, and I was dealing with that issue. I would restart the thermostat and the unit would come back on. Constant communication issue. One of the things that I did not do was put the communication wire. They are not shielded. So you can see these are just regular wire, no shielded. And they recommend installing shielded wire, especially if you're running it right next to a high voltage wire. So in my case, my wires are pretty separate. So I was thinking I might be okay. And the unit ran fine for a few months, but I was getting communication error. So one of the things you can do is troubleshoot and make sure you're not getting any transient voltage, So the way I have my setup, let me show you guys. So this is my communication wire. These wires, they kind of come in and go to the controller right here. And then from here onwards, the other wire kind of goes up and goes up, and goes to this wire right here. So this wire is going to the thermostat itself. This wire is going into these two wires. I'm kind of splitting it. So I'm not taking just one wire. These two wires are going in right here as separate wires. I am separating the R and C, and then the two communication I positive and I minus. I want to keep it separate in case if there's any transient on this line. I don't want it to be affecting the other wire. So kind of kept them separate. You can use, if it's shielded, you can use the same one. Now this wire is going all the way out to the outdoor unit. Now this wire is not shielded, and one of the ways I tested this was basically I had the red one over here, the white one was at common, and then I had I minus and I plus, and those two wires was yellow and green. And one of the things I noticed was I had high voltage AC on these communication lines. You're not supposed to have, high voltage AC, and then I was getting about, 25 to 30 volts AC. So let me show you a way you can test it. And put your meter on the AC. Now, before you do any kind of setup, you want to make sure everything is isolated, everything is turned off. Now, in my case, this is a spare wire that is going in the outdoor unit, and what I did was, since I was getting a lot of transient voltage on these two wires, what I ended up doing was I lifted them and kind of measured the AC on this to see from my reference to common. So I was referencing common for one lead. So you can take this one lead and reference to common, and then you can put the other lead off your meter to one of these wires and see what your voltage is like. And in my case, the voltage on this wire was a lot higher, about 20-30 volts AC, which is not correct. Make sure your red wire is plugged in when you're doing this test. So in my case, it was plugged in. So I'm going to do the same test on this wire. This is a spare wire that is going out to the exact same outdoor unit. So my builder for this house, they ran two wires. So I want to see how much transient I'm getting on this wire, because if this wire is not getting a lot of transient, then this might be a good source for me to use for communication. I can leave the red and the common on this one and use my communication for this one. So let's go ahead and turn the power on. And now the unit is coming on. Let's wait for it to stabilize. And there you go, it's on. Now, right here, what I did was, since I'm measuring transient on this wire, what I did was I connected one lead on here, and the other one I'm going to touch on the common side. So if I touch on the common, you can see I'm getting 5 volt AC, and which is a lot lower on this wire. And let's do the same test. So I'm getting 5 volt AC. Now if I do the same test on this wire, let's see, I'm getting 18 volt AC. Now I combine all these wires and let's see how much I'm getting over here. See, I'm getting 20 volts AC. So even with independent wires, you know, I was getting a lot of transient voltage right here. So of course this wire is not good. This is giving me a lot less than I expected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these 2 wires in the communication and then see if this helps. You know, of course you have to connect these 2 wires outside, you know, in the communication to match the configuration, because you want to make sure in the outdoor unit you have the same wires that are connecting over here. R and C, and then I plus and I minus are matching what you have outside. So we're going to go in the outside unit and connect the wires. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and connect this wire. Make sure to turn this breaker off so you don't short anything. Connect all the wires and then go outside, verify that you have the correct wires, and then we're going to go ahead and connect it in the outdoor unit. Okay, so now we are at the outside unit, and this is the communication wire. Over here, this connector is removable. You can just pull it out. And so what I did was I kind of cut the old wire back a little bit, because there was some portion which was kind of pinched, you know. So I cut it backwards. I'm only using the red and the white as I showed you guys upstairs. I'm not using the communication one, so those are all tied together. This is the one that I had high transient on. So I can't really use this for communication anymore. And I'm just using extension one, which is also non-shielded right now because I ordered the shielded wire. I don't have it yet. So this one comes in as red on red, C for common. These are coming from upstairs, you know, matching R and C. And for the communication, this is the spare one that I had, which was not being used. And I'm using this one now for the spare, and I'm using this one for communication. And there's going to be the yellow for I minus. Right here you can see yellow for I minus and green for I plus. And we're going to go upstairs and match this exact same configuration. I think we already did, but just to triple check myself before I turn the power on, because I don't want to have these rolled over or anything, you know. And another thing you need to do is strip these wires and just kind of join them together. So that's what they recommend to do. So I'm going to do that later too before I turn the power on. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so I twisted these spare wires and I tucked this in behind this. Now we're going to go upstairs and check out the other unit. Okay, so these are the 2 wires, and this I plus needs to be green like we saw down there, and this I minus needs to be yellow, and then we're going to connect the white one. So let me go ahead and do the connection. So one thing I do want to show you, if you're seeing this 2 dash dash, that basically means it's on a lockout and it's timing out. So it probably starts from, like, you know, 100, 200, 300, and things like that, and then eventually it's gonna be out of the lockout state. So that's what basically it is. So over here you can see it's just the dot is blinking. That means it's ready. And we're gonna go inside and configure the system to make sure it's communicating and everything. Okay, now you're gonna come to your controller, and from here you can go into settings and go into advanced settings, view dealer control center, proceed, equipment. Then you're gonna go into reset. Now over here, all you need to do is reconfigure system. And reconfigure ensure, confirm. So now it's gonna restart and just kind of communicate with both systems. and I'll come back. So once the communication is up and it reconfigures, it's going to tell you what systems you guys have. So it matches everything that I expected: the mag mount, the thermostat, the smart hub, the outside unit, and the inside. That means I have a good communication. And just click continue and I'll take you back on the screen. So once the inside unit is communicating, you're going to see the same dot just blinking. You should not see any kind of error on this lighting, no quotes or nothing. And that's the normal configuration. The green light and the blue light, that's another indication that you have a good communication going on. And now we're ready to turn the unit on. Okay, turn the AC on, but seems to be working. So guys, hopefully this video helps you troubleshooting your communication issue on this particular unit. If you have any error codes over here, it's going to show up here. And if you don't see any, so that means you're good. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe.